Coach, opening statement on tonight's performance. And always good to open the season 1-0. I mean, you hold a team to the lowest point total your team has had since 2011.
Yeah, there's so much buildup, so much anticipation, so much excitement, so much work goes into the off season, and then finally getting to game night is a fantastic feeling. And then the game starts and you start playing football again, and we played really well in a number of different areas, and then we were disappointing in others as well. So, for our defense to get that pick six was huge, to force 2 takeaways. It was the one in the first half, but then we won the turnover takeaway ratio because of those picks in the second half. And when you win that category of statistics, you win. And so just so pleased that our defense took the ball away. And their quarterback had a couple big runs, well designed and whatnot, and our defensive staff did a great job of figuring that out, and we really had them on lockdown, for the rest of the night. I think held them less than 300 yards, and then just the 7 points is pretty good effort.
Questions, Coach?
Oh yeah. One question, just if you could describe the play of Brody tonight. I know he played really well.
Yeah, so it's just first game out. Looking at his completion percentage, 22 of 31. We'll take that. He's at a point where he wants to be a great quarterback, and so making the throws and whatnot, he can do all that, and he does that. We had a lot of checks in for him, both in the run and the pass game, and we'll end up watching the film and looking at it in that way. But he did a pretty good job with the checks that we gave him as well. I think he'd like to have the interception back, and so there's just a couple things that he can do better for sure, and I think he knows that. But we would expect for him to be 22 of 31 and leading our team, and he did that.
2 guys that are going to come up here in a minute certainly led your team. Speak to the talk of Brody Hoying and the pick. I know you did a little bit, and then of course Jeremiah's solid play as usual.
Yeah, so starting with Brody, he's just a winner. We got him in a good spot playing in that dog position, and the pick six. I mean, with Brody, just even on that play, when the ball was in the air and then you could see the trajectory that he was on, there was no question that he was going to intercept the ball. He's got great ball skills, and some guys just have the it. And I think Brody Hoying does, and it was a huge play for us, a huge play. And I know that he played well other than just that play. And then, Jeremiah Harris was voted captain for a reason, and a lot of talk with OC being with the Lions right now and what that would look like. But Max Crosby played a lot of football last year really well, and then Jeremiah had a tremendous season, and so we just feel as though Jeremiah is going to be somebody that we can lean on throughout this season, and he definitely came through tonight. Guys like Jeremiah and Brody as well, impact and influence the play of others, and that's what leadership is. It's not reading a book about leadership. It's just they're guys that, make other people better, and both of those guys have that quality.
Any other questions for Coach?
Yeah. I didn't notice that Brett Turner played a lot tonight. Is he okay?
Oh yeah, no, he's fine. Yep, he's good. We've got a lot of good backs that we like, and so he was in there some. But I think it's going to be one of those seasons where nobody gets as many carries as they would like, but at the same time they all get that the team comes first, and so sometimes that's a hard balance to come by. But I think that our guys do a good job with that.
Let you start with a question for Jeremiah Harris and Brody Hoying, and then I'll ask a few too. So.
Okay. Great game tonight, guys. Jeremiah, I'll start with you. 2 sacks. It looked like you had a real nose for the ball tonight. Just tell me how you were feeling out there.
I felt pretty good. Again, the 2 sacks didn't really mean anything because I didn't get the ball out of the quarterback's hand. That's something that we pride ourselves on in this defense, is to go after the ball, and I failed to do that. So, I mean, it's just an attaboy. It wasn't a game-changing play or anything like that. So that's how I look at it. But no, overall, I felt like we were there to play today.
Bobby, same thing, question for you. Just, tell me how you felt.
I think our coaches did a great job at preparing us to play these guys. They came out and didn't really run some of the stuff that we were expecting them to, but our in-game adjustments were incredible. Coach Nethery knows everything about football there is to know, and he had us in the locker room just doing the adjustments that we needed to make the plays. And all in all, our defense played great. I think we gave up 1 touchdown. Guys just flying around making plays. Yeah, I think we played good tonight.
You look back to the play you made the interception on and took to the house. What did you see and how did you see the play develop?
That's a play we practiced a lot, preparing for Charlotte. We knew that was one of their go-to routes when they needed something. So D-line had a good pass rush. Quarterback had to get rid of it quick. I just read the eyes. It's a play I've made 5 or 6 times in the past 2 weeks. So it was something I've seen before.
You almost had a second one later in the game.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Jeremiah, the line seemed to get a good push up front tonight. Certainly, you and Max and Odie and everybody else seemed to have a good ability to get through their line. Was there anything you guys were doing differently or able to see?
I think for one, we were listening to our coaching. A lot of times we get out there and the fog of war happens where you kind of forget your assignments and things like that. I felt like we did a pretty good job. Coach Bulla, Coach Nethery, teaching us the right techniques and things like that. So we got some pretty good pressure on him today, but there's always more for improvement.
Anything else?
Brody, I got it right?
Yes, correct.
Earlier you said something about they didn't run a lot of what you expected. Just give me a brief detail of what were you expecting, like you might have seen in practice or anything like that. They didn't run tonight.
Right. So last year we faced a different quarterback. We had film on their quarterback that they played tonight, but some new receivers, some new tight ends. We weren't really sure what to expect, so we went off of what happened in last year's game, and they had kind of a different game plan for us. And they were moving the ball in the first half against us a little bit, just couldn't find a score. So like I said, our in-game adjustments our coaches made to prepare us for the second half. All credit to them.
For either one of you, certainly the talk was the off-season of the offense returning so many pieces and kind of the defense was overlooked a little bit. Does that give you guys on defense to maybe a little more time to shine because everybody outside is just kind of focusing on the offense?
I'll say not necessarily. Our defense, we know how good we are and we know what we can do. So the offense, they moved the ball well tonight, didn't play as well as they wanted to, but we know how good they are and everyone else knows how good they are. They're going to get things clicking, and that's only going to be better for us on defense. When they're scoring, flying around, having fun, that's going to be more enthusiasm for us to go out there and make some more plays. So I would say not necessarily, not everybody needs to be talking about our defense. We know that we're good and we know what we can do, and we got some good players that are going to make a lot of plays this year.
Jeremiah, anything you want to add?
I'm with Brody. He basically explained everything. We only had 3 guys leave. We had Daquan Pace, Mike Brown, and Pat O'Connor, really. So we have more returners than the offense does. And I think that can be overlooked, but we're not even looking at that. We don't care. We're just here to ball and play.
Thank you both.